Work. Sino may any idea about work? Ano yung definition ng work para sa inyo? Pwedeng kahit anong definition ng work. Pwede yung noun na work, pwede yung work sa physics. Ano? Bigay kayo ng definition. Anybody? O magtatawag ako. Para hindi tayo matagal. Sige, si Ken. Nak, any idea about work? Ken? Uy, nalisan ba kayo? Work. Work. W-O-R-K. Nakikita ba yung whiteboard ko yung naka-highlight na word work? Nangihingi pala ako ng ideas. Any idea? Recitation nyo to, tandaan nyo.
Joles po, Joles.
Okay, very good, Joles. Any other ideas? Ideas pa about
paano
work?
Gumana,
about
sir?
its definition?
Kung paano po gumana?
Okay, kung paano gumana. Very good. Any other ideas? Okay, is last idea na bago tayo magsimula mag-discussion proper. We have Joel's, very good. That is the SI unit for work. We have kung paano siya gumana. Pwede. That is for the other definition of work. Work can be said to be the transfer of energy. Kasi ayun yung base sa formula niya, makikita natin mamaya, that is the transfer of energy. So before we proceed with the work definition and work formulas, let me first discuss yung ating tinatawag na dot product. Okay? So dot product, ito ay ginagamit. This is a major mathematical concept in physics. Okay, so si dot product, it is also called sometimes, so ito yung other term sa kanya, ang tawag sa kanya is scalar product. Nababasa naman kahit medyo pangit yung sulat. Magpasensya nyo na. Okay, so bakit kaya scalar product yung tawag sa kanya? Scalar product kasi yung result na lalabas sa dot product na process is a scalar quantity. Okay? Scalar quantity siya. So, ibig sabihin, walang direction yung lalabas na resulta. Okay? So, scalar quantity, alam natin, it is only magnitude. And vector quantities are quantities with both magnitude and direction. Pero, si dot product, it involves multiplication of two vector quantities. So, medyo nakakalito to, ha? Si dot product or scalar product is a process in physics which involves multiplication or the product of two vector quantities. So, pag pinag-multiply daw natin yung dalawang vector using scalar product or dot product, ang lalabas na value doon is scalar quantity na. So, no longer vector siya. Okay? So, paano ba yung mathematical representation ng ating scalar product? Okay, so si scalar product is presented as A dot B. Sorry. A dot B. Yan. So A dot B, this means the product of vectors A and B. Okay? So products of vectors A and B. So yung capital A and capital B are said to be vectors. This is equivalent or this is equals to the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B times cosine theta. Yan. Nababasa ba? Para siyang absolute value na. Absolute value. It denotes magnitude. So, yung magnitude lang yung kukunin natin. Ibig sabihin yung sukat, for example. So, for example, I have 26.3 centimeters due north. Ang kukunin lang natin doon is yung magnitude lang, hindi yung direction. Okay? So, yung magnitude lang. Kaya ang lalabas na resulta or yung product is a scalar product. Kaya yun yung tinatawag din sa kanya na scalar product. Though, we're multiplying vector quantities. So, yung kanyang illustration, I have here, for example, a vector A. Mali yan, dapat may arrow. So, I have here a vector A, for example. Let's label that A. Then, I have here another vector B. May lahat ng kulay. Ayan. Tapos, meron akong angle in between them. So, ibig sabihin, meron akong angle sa pagitan nila that is called angle theta. So, yung dot product daw niya, using the formula above, A dot B, sinasabi doon na imumultiply lang daw natin, ulitin ko yun, imumultiply lang daw natin yung vector A, yung magnitude niya, so ibig sabihin yung sukat lang niya, sa sukat ng vector B, then mumultiply natin ng cosine ng angle. So, paano ba siya ina-apply? This is best applied sa, for example, dito nga sa physics. For example, I have an object. Ang ating displacement, natatandaan pa si displacement, diniscuss natin during the first module. Si displacement is, for example, sabihin natin siya parallel to the horizontal. So, this is D. Then, we have another vector, which is yung force applied, for example. So, meron tayong force applied na at an angle. So, ibig sabihin, it is above the horizontal or below the horizontal. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinabing at an angle, merong angle in between the displacement and the force applied. So, yan yung force, capital F. So, ganyan yung itsura niya. Kung mapapansin nyo, halos same ng itsura dun sa ating dot product. Okay, so paano natin masasolve, for example, yan, yung problem na ito, masasolve natin siya using the process of dot product. We can multiply vector F times the vector D times the cosine of the angle. Para makuha natin, for example, yung formula dito is yung work. Work formula is work is equal to force times displacement. I-discuss ko yun in depth sa susunod. But before that, let me discuss first the three properties of dot product. Okay na tayo dito. Bukayin ko na to. Naka-record naman. If you want to take notes, you can take screenshots anytime. Okay, so I have three properties. So the first property, if A, or the angle between A and B, so yung angle na to is perpendicular, which means the angle is equivalent to 90 degrees. Okay, so perpendicular. Nababasa naman, hindi siya maliit. So, kapag yung angle between the two vectors is perpendicular, our dot product, or A dot B, will be equal to 0. Bakit, sir? Kasi kung makikita niyo yung formula natin, meron tayong cosine theta, meron tayong trigonometric function. And yung angle natin is 90 degrees or a right angle. So, ibig sabihin, pag in-enter mo yung cosine 90 sa calculator, or if you solve cosine 90, the answer will become 0. And as we all know, any number or any quantity multiplied to 0 will yield to 0. So therefore, yung dot product niya, kahit gaano kalaki yung mga magnitudes ng vectors na sinabi, as long as the vectors are perpendicular to each other, their dot product will be 0. Babalikan ko din tong mga to. I-discuss ko lang yung general na properties niya. Kasi ginagamit natin to sa work formulas. Okay? Now, next, if the angle between A and B, itong angle, i-arrow na natin. If the angle is an acute angle, for example, with, ibig sabihin less than 90 degrees. Sabihin natin siyang acute. Yung kanilang dot product will be a positive value. So, kung makikita nyo dyan, mapapansin nyo, as long as, ito may condition siya, as long as yung ating vectors are both positive. Okay, so dapat positive yung magnitude na pinag-multiply mo. Kapag negative yung magnitude, syempre negative yung lalabas. Okay, so positive value siya. Bakit? Tingnan nyo, for example, an acute angle is, sabihin natin, 45 degrees. Cosine of 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. So, it is a positive value. Therefore, magiging positive yung value na lalabas sa dot product if, as long as the vectors are both positive. And the last property, if the angle between A and B is greater than 90. So, ibig sabihin, obtuse siya. Obtuse. So, greater than 90. Hindi nakalagay dito na greater than or equal. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabing greater than lang, hindi kasama si 90 degrees. Okay, maliwanag tayo doon. For example, this is an obtuse. Meron, nagka-class ako. A, the dot product of A and B will be a negative value. As long as the vectors are both positive pa rin, ha? Bakit siya ganun? Okay, balikan naman natin ngayon. Marami tayong babalikan mga concepts ngayon. Si unit circle sa calculus. Si unit circle, di ba nasa Cartesian plane? Naka-plot siya sa Cartesian plane. Okay. Ito ay quadrant 1, tama? Then, ito ay quadrant 2. Yan. Yung green na shaded part is yung quadrant 1. Yung yellow na shaded part is for quadrant 2. Bakit ko siya hinighlight na ganun? Kung mapapansin ninyo, this is, sa unit circle natin, this is 0, tama? Tapos, this is 90 degrees. Tapos, this is 180. So, lahat ng nasa quadrant 1, they are said to be acute angles. Dito naman sa quadrant 2, they are said to be obtuse angles. Acute, obtuse. Tapos kung mapapansin nyo, yung cosine natin is dealing with the x-axis. So, x-axis lang titingnan natin itong x-axis. So, for example, ito, 0 din to, 0 yan. Kapag cosine 90, 0. So, wala tayong problema doon. Kapag cosine naman ng acute angle, this will yield positive values. And kapag cosine naman ng obtuse angles, this will yield negative values. So, yun lang naman siya kung bakit positive at negative yung mga lalabas na values. Any questions about that product? Questions? Sir, ayaw po gumana ng mic. No more questions about that product? Okay, so may given po bang lumalagpas sa 180? Yes, nak, meron. I-observe mo na lang nun yung ating unit circle. So, kunwari, lumagpas siya ng 180. Lumagpas siya dito hanggang 270. This will still yield negative values. Okay? So, pag ito yung tinatawag nating reflex angles, this will still yield negative values. Kapag lumagpas naman siya ng 270 and less than 360, this will also yield positive values kasi tinitingnan lang natin yung x. So, vertical lang tayo, vertical. Okay, so pwedeng lumagpas, pero kasi kapag lumagpas yun, we'll consider that a negative angle na eh. Di ba? For example, I have here, ito, pa ganyan. Kung ang sukat natin is pa ganito, lalagpas talaga siya. Pero kung sukat natin is below the horizontal, di ba, acute angle siya lalabas. Okay, so may mga equivalent values naman kasi yung mga reflex angles natin. We can use that. We can still use din yung reflex angles. Any of the two processes will do. Same lang din naman lalabas na resulta. Okay? Maliwanag tayo kay that product. Any more questions? Okay? Maliwanag tayo. I will now proceed with work. Okay, so let's proceed with work. Now, work, sabi nyo kanina, work is the ano tawag dito? Ano sinabi nyo kanina? Is measured in joules. So, define natin yung work. Yan, work is said to be transfer of energy. So, sinusukat natin dito is yung energy done on a certain object or a certain system of interest. Now, it is measured in joules. Okay. CJ. Okay, so yung joules natin is the SI unit for work. So, it's presented by capital letter J. So, ano ba equivalent ni joules? Joules, 1 joule is equivalent to 1 Newton meter. Naalala pa si Newton? Si Newton is a unit of force, di ba? So yan, 1 Newton meter. So yung Newton is equivalent to 1 kilogram meter squared per second squared. Ayan. So this is the equivalent values of 1 joule. So 1 joule is equal to 1 Newton meter, which is also equal to 1 kilogram meter squared per second squared. So yung kanyang general formula, the general formula for work is equal to force times displacement. Kung mapapansin ninyo, sa force, ang kanyang unit is Newton. Sa displacement, ano yung SI unit natin? We have meters. Kaya Newton meters, yung equivalent ng 1 joule. Okay? So now, let's try to give the 4 cases. May 4 cases tayo for work. Parang dun lang din sa projectile motion natin. Okay, proceed lang ako. Okay, so the first case, box-box natin siya. First case, second case, third case. Okay. So, first case natin, I have here an object, for example. Yan, along the horizontal. So, ibig sabihin, pag ganyan yung itsura niya, naka-drop siya sa surface. Okay. Balik tayo dito. Pasensya sa mga aso. So, for example, meron tayong displacement along the horizontal. So, ibig sabihin, parallel to the horizontal axis. So, this is displacement. Nababasa naman, letter D yan. Letter D. Okay? Tapos, meron akong exerted force at an angle. So, meron tayong exerted force. Minsan, tinatawag din siyang applied force. So, sulat na natin na general muna, force. Tapos, meron at an angle of, let's say, angle theta. Okay? So, yung gagamitin nating formula dyan is work is equal to FD or the magnitudes of F and D times the cosine theta. Kasi meron kang applied force at an angle. So, nag-apply ka ng force at an angle. So, ito yung using the concept of dot product tulad kanina. Okay? So, that is for force is applied at an angle. Yung displacement natin is along a horizontal axis. This is for case 1. Now, for case 2, okay tayo kay case 1. Eh, yung general formula talaga. Kasi siya yung pinaka-general. Drawing na ako ng objects dyan. Okay, so for case 2, okay. So for case 2 naman, if the displacement is given, so displacement natin is again along a horizontal axis or parallel to the horizontal axis. Tapos yung angle naman na exerted is at an opposite angle or ibig sabihin opposite direction. So ibig sabihin obtuse yung lalabas natin. So yung angle theta niya will be an obtuse angle. So this is our angle F. Force F. Sorry. So yung gagamitin ng formula dyan, work, balikan natin yung properties ni dot product. Kapag obtuse angle daw siya, the result or the dot product will be a positive or negative value?
Negative.
Negative value. So negative F D cosine theta. So that is F is exerted on the opposite direction and displacement is still along the horizontal axis or parallel to the horizontal axis. Okay, so that's our case number 2. Now, let's have case number 3. Maliwanag tayo kay case 1 at case 2. Apply dito yung mga properties ng dot product. Kung nakita nyo, acute angle yung case 1 natin. Acute angle siya. So, the product will be positive. So, case number 2, the dot product will be negative kasi obtuse angle siya. Now, for case number 3, still, ang ating displacement ay along the horizontal. So, displacement. Tapos yung exerted force is also along the horizontal axis. Ano ko susulat? Dito lang. Okay, so exerted force natin is along or parallel to the horizontal. Remember, parallel. So going in the same direction. Pwede din na ganito ang itsura niya. Force is applied upwards and displacement is also upwards. As long as parallel. So, parallel yung term na ginagamit natin dyan. So, as long as they are parallel. Okay? This is F. This is F. So, kapag parallel, gagamitin lang natin dyan yung normal na work formula, that is work is equal to FD. Bakit FD na lang? Kasi walang angle in between kapag parallel sila, di ba? The angle can be considered to 0. And cosine 0 is 1. So any number multiplied to 1 is the number itself or the quantity itself. So W is equal to force times displacement. This is for F and D are parallel. And F and D parallel. Now, for our last case, this is case number 3. For our last case, case number 4, ito naman, if the quantities or the vector quantities are perpendicular. So, I have here again, the displacement parallel to the horizontal. This is for one dimension. Kaya, kung mapapansin nyo, laging horizontal yung displacement natin. Kapag naging 2 dimensions na siya, yung ating displacement, meron na siyang angle din. Tapos, if our force is exerted at a perpendicular direction. So, ibig sabihin, 90-degree angle yan. O, ano yung sabi sa dot product natin kanina? The result will be?
0.
0. Very good. So, ating formula dyan na gagamitin, work is equal to 0. Kung mapapansin nyo, bakit siya magiging 0? Let's think of it this way. If I'm exerting a force, or for example, on this book, tapos gusto ko siyang igalaw, going to the left. Left ba yan? Ayan, right sa inyo. Yan. Going to the right, tapos inilift ko siya pataas, may work bang nangyari doon? Wala. Kasi hindi gumalaw eh. Hindi siya gumalaw along dun sa gusto ko displacement niya. So, work is 0 for that case. So, yan yung cases natin. Ulitin ko lang, case 1. If the force exerted is at an acute angle, ang gagamitan ng formula is work is equal to FD cosine theta. For case number 2, if the angle exerted is at an obtuse angle or in an opposite direction, the formula we're going to use is negative FD cosine theta. And case number 3, if F and D or the force and the displacement are parallel to each other or going on the same direction, the formula we're going to use is work is equal to force times displacement. And if the vectors or force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, we'll use the formula W is equal to 0. Therefore, no work is applied. Questions about work formula? Walang questions dyan. Naintindihan? Bibilisan ko na lang kasi na-discuss ko na yan twice. Kung nanonood kasi kayo sa YouTube channel ko, nandoon yung discussion ko with St. Agnes. Kung nanonood kayo ng Facebook Live, nandoon yung general discussion ko for this one. So, hindi ko na siya i-in-depth masyado dahil we're running out of time. Okay, next we have the network and work energy theorem. Okay, so for network, it is denoted as W net. This is called network. Net work. Hindi magkadikit yan, ha? Ibig sabihin ng network is the sum of all work forces applied. For example, ang formula ang gagamitin natin, if net work ang hinahanap, we'll use the net force. So, F net times the displacement. So, that is the formula for net work. Okay? And as we all know, na-discuss natin last time, ang equivalent ni net force. F net is equivalent to, using the Newton's law, MA. So, we can substitute MA to F net or net force. So, meron tayong pangalawang formula na mabubuo, which is W net is equal to MAD. Okay, so ginagamit yan. Okay, ginagamit yan kapag given yung mass and acceleration and displacement. Yung una naman, ginagamit kapag given na yung net force. Okay? Alam niyo naman na yun. Next, balikan natin. Wait lang, maingay yung aso. Balikan natin si A. Teka. Okay, balikan natin yung ating mga kinematic formulas. Gamitin natin si VF squared is equal to VO squared plus 2AD. Naalala pa ba to? Yung final velocity squared is equal to the initial velocity squared plus twice acceleration times displacement. So, kung i-derive natin dyan yung acceleration, anong gagawin natin? Lipat muna natin sa kabila si VO squared. So, I have VF squared minus VO squared is equal to 2AD. So, ang hinahanap natin is acceleration. So, we'll divide both sides by 2D. So, magka-cancel si 2 dito, magka-cancel si D. Then, we'll have VF squared minus VO squared over 2D is equal to A. So, now we can substitute this whole thing kay A. So, now, nasusundan ba? Ano lang yan? Simple manipulation lang naman siya. Nilipat ko muna si VO squared. Then, matitira si 2AD on the other side. I divided both sides by 2D para mawala si 2D na coefficient ni A. Then, we'll have A sa dulo. Okay, so now we'll have the formula. If you substitute W net is equal to mass times yung acceleration na equivalent, this is VF squared minus VO squared all over 2D times D. Ano mapapansin niyo dyan? We can cancel D. Ayan, makakancel natin yung D. So now, ang lalabas na value dyan is M times VF squared minus VO squared over 2. Lang pangit na sulat. Over 2. Yan. Kung ipapasok natin, i-distribute natin si mass, ang lalabas dyan is M VF squared minus M VO squared all over 2. At kung ipaghihiwalay natin siya, ang lalabas pa na formula dyan, i-dissolve natin or i-distribute natin yung over 2. Kumbaga, ibabalik natin siya sa pagkakahiwalay. Ipaghihiwalay natin siya. I will have 1/2 MVF squared minus 1/2 MVO squared. This is equal to the net work. So, work net. So, you remember these three formulas, ha? Remember these three formulas. W is equal to F net D. W net is equal to MAD. And 1/2 MV squared is equal to 1/2 MVO squared. Is equal to net work. So, ilan na yung formula natin for work? Marami-rami na. Kasi depende sa given yon kung ano yung gagamitin nating formula. So, the last one na dinerive natin is also called the work energy theorem. So, yan siya. This is the work energy theorem. Okay? Naintindihan yung pag-derive natin ng mga formulas? So alam niyo naman na, ulitin ko na lang, titingnan muna natin yung given bago natin i-apply yung applicable na formula. Now, let us proceed with kinetic and potential energies. Okay tayo dito kay work. Naintindihan natin si work. Okay. Now we'll proceed with kinetic energy muna. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is energy in motion. Walang sumasagot. Wala akong tinuturuan. Okay, energy in motion. So, ibig sabihin, gumagalaw siya. Okay, so ibig sabihin, meron tayong velocity kasi meron siyang movement. Okay, meron siyang speed. So, ang kanyang formula ginagamit, i-derive natin. Gamitin natin yung network formula, yung dulo, yung work energy theorem. Ulitin natin. Network is equal to 1/2 mv f squared minus 1/2 mvo squared. Tandaan, si kinetic energy ay pumapasok lang siya. It's like nagkikick in lang siya kapag gumalaw na yung object. So, ibig sabihin, an object still has potential energy at first bago siya gumalaw. So, ibig sabihin, it will start from rest. So, kapag sinabi natin it started from rest, so kapag rest, ibig sabihin yan, velocity initial is 0. So, therefore, substitute natin yung 0 dyan. Lalabas natin dyan na value will be 1/2 mv f squared minus 0. Okay? And kapag ang VO square VO is 0, this means kapag hinanap natin yung change in velocity, VF minus VO, this is our change in velocity, tama? Kapag ganyan, this is 0, magiging VF is equal to our delta V. Diba? Yan yung sa kinematics natin last time. Sa kinematics motion along a straight line. At kapag yung VF natin is equal to delta V, this is also equivalent to our velocity. So, pwede natin i-substitute si velocity as VF. So, now I have 1/2 mv squared. This is our formula now for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is denoted as or represented as KE. Kinetic energy. So, tandaan yung formula na yan. So, for potential energy naman, si potential energy is energy at rest. So, ibig sabihin, walang velocity si potential energy. Potential energy, ang kanyang formula is, this is also called potential gravitational energy. Kasi force of gravity is acting upon it. So, potential energy is equal to mass times the pull of gravity times height ng object na pinaglalagyan sa kanya. Kapag nasa surface lang or nakadrop sa surface at wala siyang height, ibig sabihin 0 yung height. Okay? So that is a stored gravitational potential energy. So yan yung formula ng dalawa. Kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared and potential energy is mgh. Okay, tayo kay kinetic tsaka kay potential. Screenshot nyo na. Screenshot before I erase. Okay na? Thumbs up pag okay na. Thumbs up pag okay na. Okay. Now, let's proceed with, this is for module 5 pa rin ha. Nasa module 5 pa rin ako. Let's proceed with power. Power, ito marami ding meaning tulad ng work. Power can be an abstract noun. It can be mathematical quantity. So, gamitin muna natin yung mathematical quantity na ginagamit sa physics. So, now power is defined to be the rate, okay? Rate at which work is done. Okay, yan. So, it is the rate at which work is done. Ang kanyang formula is P, capital P yan, is denoted to be work, capital W over time. Kasi yung small letter W is weight force, di ba? Tandaan natin yun. So, capital P is for power. Hindi siya small letter, don't use small letter kasi iba yon. I-discuss ko din yun ngayon. That is momentum. Capital letter P is for power is equivalent to work over time. So, kapag sinabi nating rate, di ba, lagi yan may overtime. So, yan. It is the rate at which work is done. Ang kanyang SI unit is watts. Or capital letter W. Okay? Ito, baka malito kayo. Sa formula natin, may makikita kayong W. Kapag nasa formula yung W, that is work. Okay? That is work. Kapag, for example naman, nakadikit sa number or numerical value yung W na capital, that is a unit of power. So, that is watts. So, this one is read as 29 watts, not 29 work. Okay? Maliwanag tayo doon, ha? Kasi baka malito kayo, parehas capital letter W yan. Okay, so 1 watt is equivalent to 1 joule per second. Sulat ko lang yun. 1 W or 1 watt. Yan, nakadikit siya sa number, so watt yung basa dyan. 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second, which is equivalent to 1 Newton meter per second, which is also equivalent to 1 kilogram meter squared per second cube. Okay, so yan yung equivalent values ng watts. So 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. Per second lang yan, hindi siya per second squared. 1 joule per second, yan. Is equivalent to 1 Newton meter per second and 1 kilogram meter squared per second cube. Okay, so that is power. Now, let's proceed with energy consumption. Yung energy consumption, ito yung nakikita nating ina-apply ng mga electric companies. Ano yung unit ng energy consumption natin? Sige nga daw, anong unit ng energy consumption natin?
Watts po.
Watts lang ba? Energy consumption is said to be measured in kilowatt hours. kWh. Kung makikita niyo yung resibo nyo, electric bill, kilowatt hour yung unit niya. Tapos, bakit kilowatt hour? Paano nakukuha yon? Ito kasi yung formulang ginagamit sa kanya. Energy consumption is said to be capital letter E. May formula din yun, syempre. May algorithm yun. Ayun na lang yung ipinapasok sa computer nila. So, energy consumption or letter E is equal to power times time. Now, malilito kayo dito. Kasi kapag substitute yung power dyan, that is what over time, ay work over time, di ba? So, magka-cancel siya. Energy consumption is equal to work. Hindi siya ganon. Okay? Hindi siya ganon. Kasi yung time dito is time consumed. We say elapsed time. Ayun yung na-consume nating oras. Kaya kung titingnan ninyo, yung power, di ba, is measured in watts. Tapos yung time, measured in seconds. So, pwede siyang watt seconds, pwede siyang kilowatt hour. Alam naman natin, unit conversion lang yan. Pinalaki lang siya para mas maliliit yung mga numbers na makikita natin sa electric bill natin. At hindi kayo masashock kapag nakita niyo yung consumption ng energy. So, that is energy consumption. Okay? Now, last formula na gagamitin natin. Okay tayo dito. Madali lang naman yan. Formula lang naman yan. Conservation of energy before we proceed with module 6. So, conservation of energy. Okay. Meron tayong tinatawag na law of conservation of energy. Ano yung sinasabi ng law of conservation of energy? Ano sinasabi niya? Sinasabi ng law of conservation of energy, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So, ibig sabihin, energy is conserved. Okay? Ayan siya. Law of conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng in-input nating energy, ay hindi niya lalabas na energy in some other forms nga lang. So, hindi siya at all times, for example, nagpasok ka ng heat energy din yung lalabas. So, nag-iiba siya ng form, pero same yung output sa input. Okay? So, ang formula niya is net work. Yan. Network is equivalent to change in kinetic energy. Tapos, hindi ko pala na-discuss si conservative and non-conservative forces. Si conservative, discuss ko na mabilis. Si conservative forces, path independent siya. Ayun lang naman keyword dyan, path independent. Si non-conservative, path dependent siya. Okay? So, in this case, network is equivalent to conservative forces. So, pag sinubstitute natin dyan, conservative forces is equivalent to the change in kinetic energy. Now, for potential energy, it is equivalent to work ng non-conservative. So, that is change in potential energy. So, kapag pinag-add natin yan, ang formula kasi ng network is equal to the sum of all works or sum of all forces. So, is equivalent to WC plus WNC. So, kapag pinag-add natin yan, delta KE plus delta PE, this is now our mechanical energy, ME. Ayan lang siya. Okay? Questions tayo about conservative and unconservative forces. Yung reading material na dyan, hindi naman naka-upload sa Schoology. Kung gusto nyo basahin, mas in-depth yung pagkaka-discuss doon. Okay? So, proceed na tayo with center of mass momentum, impulse, and collisions. Okay na tayo dito.